So in this video, we are going to learn how to create Quentin contact from Elementor form responses. Let's say you have created an online form using Elementor and you want that whenever you receive a new form response in that form, you want to add that same person as a contact in Quentin, which is a CRM and marketing platform. Now let me tell you, you can actually automate this complete process in such a way that whenever you are going to receive a new form response in Elementor, automatically with the same details, that person will be added as a contact in Quentin. So if you want to know how you can set up this automation, for that you just have to come with me to my screen.
So as you can see, here we are on Pabbly Connect's dashboard. Now to reach this dashboard, you will get a free sign-up link of Pabbly Connect in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can create your free Pabbly Connect account in just 2 minutes. And after reaching to this dashboard, just click on Create Workflow and give this workflow a name. Let's say I want to give my workflow a name as Elementor to Quentin. And then just select the folder of your Pabbly Connect account in which you want to create this workflow. So I'm creating this workflow in the folder named as Home. And then click on Create. After clicking on Create, here you can see a workflow is open in front of us. And in this workflow, we have two different windows, two different steps. First one is the trigger step and second one is the action step. So triggers and actions are basically those two concepts, those two principles on which this whole automation works on, where the trigger says when this happens and the action says do this. So let's start with our trigger window. Now the idea here is, first we are going to connect our Elementor form which we have created with Pabbly Connect in the trigger step, so that whenever we are going to receive a new form submission, a new response in Elementor, automatically the details of that form response will be captured inside Pabbly Connect and this automation workflow will trigger. After that, using this Pabbly Connect's automation, we are going to send those form responses to Quentin in the action step, and we are going to add that same person with the same details who made the form submission as a contact in our Quentin account. So let's see how it is done. Starting from our trigger window, in Choose App, we are going to search for Elementor and select it. After selecting Elementor, in Trigger Event from the drop-down, select New Form Submission. After selecting our trigger event, Pabbly Connect gave us a webhook URL. Now using this webhook URL, we are going to connect the form which we have created using Elementor with Pabbly Connect. And how we are going to do that? We just have to follow the help text given below over here. Just follow these instructions. Copy the webhook URL from here and go to the Elementor form which you have created and open this form in edit mode. After opening the form, just hover on this form and on the right top corner you can see this edit form button. Just click on it. After clicking on edit form, from the left sidebar, here you can see this option named as actions after submit. Just click on it and under actions after submit, click on the plus button and from this drop down, select webhook. Now as we select webhook, here you can see a new option, a new field of webhook is added over here. And under that, here you can see it is asking us for the webhook URL. Now here in this webhook URL field, we have to enter the same webhook URL which Pabbly Connect gave us. Just copy the webhook URL from here and then paste it over here. And after pasting the webhook URL, click on Update Form and it is done. We have successfully added the webhook URL in our Elementor form, and now whenever a new form response, a new form submission will be received in this Elementor form, automatically the details of that form submission will be captured inside Pabbly Connect. And here in our Pabbly Connect workflow in the trigger window, you can see it is showing us waiting for webhook response. This means Pabbly Connect is waiting to get some response of a new form submission from Elementor. So let's do it. We will go back to our form and we will open the form in the preview mode in a new tab. And now we are going to make a test form submission, a dummy form submission over here. For example, the name of the person is demo user, the email is this, and then this is the mobile number. Now, for example, the city is, for example, Delhi, and after entering these details, let's click on submit. Now, when we click on submit, you will see we have received a new form response on this Elementor form. So the submission is successfully done. And because we have connected this Elementor form with Pabbly Connect using a webhook URL, we will see instantly as we receive the form submission, in our Pabbly Connect workflow, we have captured the response. And here in this workflow, you can see we have successfully received this response as well. In this response, you will see the details of that exact same form submission. Here you can see the same first name, same last name, same email, same mobile number, and also the same city. So here the step 1 of setting up this automation is successfully completed. We have connected the Elementor form with Pabbly Connect in the trigger step and received the form responses, form submission data in our Pabbly Connect workflow. Now after this, let's move to step 2. And in step 2, we are going to send these details, these form responses to Quentin so that we can add this person as a contact in Quentin as well. For that, we will just scroll down, come to this action window, and here in Choose App, search for Quentin. Just select it. After selecting Quentin, an action event from the drop-down, select the action event as Create or Update Contact. Then just click on Connect and select Add New Connection. Now here we have to connect our Quentin account with Pabbly Connect. And to make this connection, we have to enter the API key and the API base URL of our Quentin account. Now you must be thinking how you will get the API key and API base URL. So to get it, you have to follow the help text, the instructions given below. Just go to your Quentin account. From the left sidebar, go to Settings section. Under Settings, here you can see this API info. Just click on it. And after coming to this API info page, you will see the connection details. You will see the API base URL. So to copy the API base URL from here, go to Pabbly Connect and paste it over here. After pasting it, we'll get back to Quentin. Now we have to enter the API key. Now here you can see I have already created some API keys in my Quentin account. Either you can use the existing key which you have created, or if you don't have one, you can click on this Add Key button and then give this key a name. For example, I'll name it as Pabbly and click on Save. And as we click on Save, here you can see a new API key is generated. Just copy this API key from here, go to Pabbly Connect and paste it over here. And after that, just click on Save. After connecting our Quentin account, the first thing it asks us is the primary email. That what will be the email address of this new contact which we are creating in Quentin. Now here using this same action, either you can create or update the existing contact. And using the same primary email, it will check whether this person or the contact which we are trying to create is already in our Quentin contact list or not. So here we have received the email address of the user who made the form submission from Elementor form responses in the trigger step. Now what we are going to do, we will be mapping this response of email address in this field of primary email. And after mapping it, whenever the email address will be entered in this form, with the same email address, the contact will be created in Quentin. Now the process of mapping is very simple. Simply click on this field and here in this drop down, select the response of email and it will be mapped. So whatever email address the user, the form submission user is going to enter in this form, Elementor form, with the same email address, we are going to add them as a contact in Quentin. After email, it is asking us for the gender and title. Now, because we haven't received any details, any response about the gender and the title of the user of the contact, what you can do, you can ignore these two fields. As these two fields are not mandatory, they are not required. So we will just ignore these two fields. But if you have some, what you can do, you can just turn on this mapping button and then you can map the response over here too. Then it is asking us for the first name, last name, company, job title, and all of these details. So we have received the first name and the last name of the user of the contact from Elementor form responses. So we are going to map these details, these responses into their respective fields. And the process of mapping stays the same. Just click on this field and from the drop down, select the response of first name and it will be mapped. Then after that, just click on this field and under last name, just select and map this response to. Then after that, here you can see it is asking us company, job title, date of birth, country. So we don't have all of these details. We don't have all of these contact details receiving from Elementor. And all of these fields, all of these details are also not mandatory, are not required. So if you want, you can ignore these fields. But if you are getting these details, map the data into the respective fields. Then we have this field of city, and we do have received the response of city from Elementor. So let's map the response of city over here. So from the drop down of Elementor responses, just map it. After that, it is asking us secondary email, and this is a required field. So we also have to enter a secondary email for the new contact which we are creating. But we haven't received any secondary email from Elementor. So what you can do, you can map the same primary email once again over here. So from the drop down, we will be using the same primary email, same email address as a secondary email too. But if you want, you can make some changes in your Elementor form field and get that data too. So in this way, whatever details of a user, of a person you are receiving, you can one by one map all of these details into the respective field. Now here it is asking us for the phone 1. So we will be mapping the phone number, the mobile number of the user, and phone 1 type, we will be selecting mobile. So after mapping all the required details, all the data of a new person, of a new contact which we have received from Elementor, what we have to do, we will just scroll down and click on this Save and Send Test Request button. Now when we click on Save and Send Test Request, here you will see we have received some response. And this response seems to be a positive response to us. This response shows that the data which we have mapped over here, basically the details which we have received from Elementor form submission, this particular person with these details are now added as a contact in Quentin. So let's check it. We will go to a Quentin account, we will go to contact section, and yes, here you can see that demo user, the same person whose details we have entered while making the form submission in Elementor, the same person with the same details is now added as a contact in Quentin. Here you can see the same name, the same email address, and the same mobile number with the same city. Now here you will notice that the field of date of birth is automatically added. The field which of date of birth, we kept this field blank. So in the Quentin action step, you will notice this field was kept blank, but it has automatically added today's date, current date, as the date of birth of the user. So if you want, you can get the date of birth from the user from the Elementor form and map that response too. So here we saw the automation workflow which we have created using Pabbly Connect between Elementor and Quentin. This automation is working perfectly fine. Now every time we are going to receive a new form submission in Elementor, automatically using the same form responses, we are going to add that person as a contact in Quentin. So after setting up this automation, let's test this automation workflow once. We will get back to the same Elementor form which we have created, and this time we are going to enter the details of a new user. For example, the name of the person is dummy user. This is the email address. And this is a dummy mobile number once again. For example, the city this time is Mumbai. Click on submit. Now as we click on submit, we will be receiving a new form submission, a new form response in Elementor. And because we have created this automation, automatically with the same details, this person will be added as a contact in Quentin. So let's refresh this contacts page once. And yes, here you can see dummy user, the same person is instantly within seconds added as a new contact. Here you can see the same name, same city, same mobile number, and also the same email address. This means we have tested this automation in real time and it is working perfectly fine. So not just these applications, you can connect plenty of other applications with Pabbly Connect. And one more important thing, you will find the clone link of this exact same workflow in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can clone this same workflow into your own Pabbly Connect account and use this automation workflow for free. Also, let me tell you, Pabbly Connect offers you a free plan. And in this plan, you will get some free tasks every month into your own Pabbly Connect account. So if you want to try and test this automation, you can do it for absolutely free.
If you have any kind of doubts or queries, you can post them on forum.pabbly.com. So if this video was helpful to you, you can obviously like this video, comment down your suggestions, and don't forget to share it with others. So guys, that's it for today's video. Thank you. Have a great day.